We're still here. We're still here. My face looks pink. Oh my God, I don't have a fever. No, I think it's gotten warmer outside, which is great, and there's sun. But my parents had the heat jacked up to like 74. Woke up in there like I was in an incubator. I woke up this morning and I was thinking, it's what day? How long have we been here? It's 3 days. 3 days so far. We've been on a little trip. And I think when you're younger, or when I was younger, I would be like, oh, we're going on vacation. Ain't nobody going on any vacation with children, not even large children. Because vacation means that you don't have any responsibilities. This is my idea of vacation. Vacation means you don't cook or think about food, and you do whatever the HE double hockey sticks you want to do every second of the day. That's vacation. When you go with children, it's more like a relocation with perhaps better weather. It's a trip. You go somewhere. It's a trip. We're on a trip. But we are having a good time. We have survived. And I tell you what, in all seriousness, whenever I wake up in the morning, I get up and read the news. If you are not thankful to be an American, you should stop right now and get down on your knees and say, thank you, Lord, that I'm an American, because we have such freedom in this country. We really do. I mean, I read, so this fella in Iran, he was like a captain of their soccer team, an amazing guy. His wife was going from Tehran to Dubai, and she, with her 13-year-old daughter, the Iranian officials told the pilot to turn the frickin' plane around and took she and her child into custody. Hi. What if I have friends stuck in the Denver airport for 3 days. Well, that would suck. If I were stuck in the Denver airport, I would put up a post on Facebook and be like, I'm looking for a family in Denver that has internet to host my family for a few days.
Escape from Fairy Tale Village.
Escape from Fairy Tale Village.
I need some food.
You need some food. Are you not feeling well? You don't sound good. I'm on vacation with children. You need some food. Yes. Oh my God, now the dog is barking. And then in Russia, another Russian is killed in a hotel. He falls off the balcony. Why isn't anybody giving the axe to Putin is what I want to know. Sorry, I had to go find some Fruit Loops. Good morning from Oregon. After 8 or 9 hours, I would say, forget it, get my bags and go home. Well, I think when people are stuck in an airport, they can't go home. Yay, Yvette. She's never subscribed to anyone. But she decided the nut on relocation maybe was worth it. I'm so glad you did. I love Amos. Oh yeah, he's amazing. But anyway, so these Russians, do you know how many have died. I think it's like 16 in, if you were a Russian oligarch, you might want to stay on the ground floor when traveling. Shoot, Veronica, one Russian oligarch got thrown, fell out of his hospital room balcony. Now, if you believe that, I've got a gigantic yacht in Russia to sell you. Oh, here it is. I mean, how does Putin get away with this stuff? Oh, if you're from Denver, well, I would think most people stuck in the Denver airport for 3 days, if they were from Denver, their families would have gone home. Well, anyway, Putin seems just as bad as Osama bin Laden to me, but nobody asked me. Honor, watch out. It's a miracle I just found milk. You know how many refrigerators my parents have? 4. One normal one and then 3 small ones. Isn't that bizarre? One is outside with drinks in it. They have 2 in here. One has like veggies in it, and then one has leftovers. They legit have a refrigerator that houses leftovers. It actually makes me a wee bit jealous. Honor, honey, I'm gonna break my neck if you don't move. I know it's off topic, but I love your pajamas. What's the brand? Oh, these are the ones from Ross. They're made by Hurley. You know, the surf brand? Ross has the best pajamas. Yeah. So we are, here, come eat your cereal at the table.
At this way.
Well, no, you can watch TV and sit right here and eat it.
Help. Yeah. Put it down this way.
You're very bossy.
The glass table looks very normal.
The glass table looks very normal.
Yes.
Oh. No, 4 fridges. They're not here. They've gone to the doctor. We're down in a place called Key Biscayne, which I talked about yesterday. La 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 la. The very cold pool. It is an island off Miami that used to be a coconut plantation. And now it's not. Let's check that. The pool is still cold. Yes, it is.
Fairy Tale Village.
Fairy Tale Village.
So I say
Welcome to Fairy Tale Village.
No, that's the one.
You showed some stomach. Oh. Okay, Honor, do you want to come out or stay in? Come on.
I know.
Well, apologize for that. This is normal life here. The other thing, I tell you what though is sad for an American, is that how many people have died in this snowstorm. I read this morning about somebody's mother had gone to the grocery store on Friday afternoon in Buffalo to get something to make this traditional Polish dish, and her car got stuck and she couldn't, they couldn't find her. And then a young woman was a nurse and she was coming home. She had moved from North Carolina. Her car got stuck. And really my first thought was, how do you make sure that you can you share your location? I guess it was too bad for people to even get out, but they were out looking for her. They called the National Guard. It made me feel so bad. A nurse? Anyway, shame. I'll answer some questions, and then I'm going to go over my subscriber page. How did your parents feel when you showed up with the dog? So we have a service dog for my son Amos, who's 9, and I did not show up with the dog. I got permission to bring the dog, which was a little risky because the answer could have been no. Well, my mother was, of course, going to agree, but she was too scared to tell my dad. So I asked Dad, and he said it was my Christmas present. The dog has been great. She has been so good, and actually my parents really enjoy her. We always had dogs growing up. It wasn't like we weren't dog people. And anyway, every time my dad moves, she moves. Because my dad walks around dropping food by accident, and Honor is onto that. She's like, maybe there's a peanut. Oh, yeah, my daughter almost got dress coded because she raised her hand and it showed her stomach. I'm very against dress coding. It makes me cuckoo. Because do boys get dress coded if they show their stomachs? I tell you what, men should get dress coded at big box stores when they show their fannies. You know, when you see a nice big old freak in somebody's pants, I mean, talk about getting dress coded. In Buffalo, some rain. The streets in the city look like a war zone with snow mountains, cars everywhere, and some still with no heat. Oh, what a shame. Call someone close to you, and if they don't answer, well, I don't think you always know exactly where you are. Yes, Seaton. Thank you. They do for sagging pants. You know, sagging pants are okay as long as you have underpants on. It's the traditional plumber fanny that bothers me. Thank you, Stacy. Buffalo. Well, love to all the folks in Buffalo this morning. That's just sad. You know, you don't want anybody to miss Christmas. I mean, that's just... Look, my dad tore this out for me. It's George Santos, I think. Is it? Oh, no, it's not. It's Florida Governor DeSantis. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What time of day do you do your subscriber page? Let's see, Janet. Usually, a lot of times it's about 8 in the morning, and then I do it at night. I also kind of do a schedule, so I give people input. We might do a lunch video one day, always on a Saturday morning and a Sunday afternoon. You can watch the stuff later. The subscriber page, it's like if somebody says, I really want to talk about this. Oftentimes I'll be like, that's a good topic. Okay, we'll talk about that on Wednesday night. One topic that is coming up soon is you want to be a blogger topic, or how did you start 6 years ago, right? 6 years ago, I started writing a blog, and how in the hell did that happen? And how do you make money on it? And this is incredible, and people want to know. And you know, I'm glad to share it. So anyway, I try to do topics like that. Well, that's what I was thinking, Lori. Pittsburgh, sun shining. So my son Thomas is flying to Philadelphia on Friday, and I wonder how the flights are going to be. We're flying to Raleigh on Friday, and I'm just really glad that I am not flying Southwest Airlines, who got $1 gabillion during the pandemic for staffing help. And this morning they're like, we don't even know where our pilots are. They might be in Raleigh. They could be in Houston. We don't even know. Oh, there's a good interview on Santos. Santos was on Fox explaining his lying. Looking forward to meeting you on the cruise. I am good friends with one of your boarding school friends who lives in Concord. Who is it, Andrea? So exciting. Brace yourself. Oh, Caroline's going to become a subscriber. It's a wonderful Christmas present. Yesterday I said for 2024 because I totally skipped over 2023, which could be a real concern because isn't your car in Norfolk? Yes, you're right. I am flying to Norfolk. Philadelphia in the house. So my son, this is not the kind of thing I would say on the big page, but I'm just going to say it because I'm a glutton. My son is going to a, lo and behold, debutante party in Philadelphia. Are you familiar with this? New subscriber. Hi, Karis. What did you miss with Santos? What did you not miss? Santos's net worth, George Santos, who ran in the Long Island district, his net worth went up from $5,000 to $11 million in 2 years. I mean, hello. He was on the news. What cruise are you going on? So my subscribers, we are going on a cruise to the Bahamas on the Royal Caribbean. And I think it's something of the seas. But aren't they all called something of the seas? Explain how a luggage goes on a canceled flight without you. Well, does it? I mean, I don't know what the hell that is. I know nothing. So anyway, so Thomas is flying to Philadelphia from Miami. Kelly just said she didn't know they had debutantes in Philly. Well, you do. It's like the Order of the something, and it's military, and it's very posh. He has to wear tails, which I think might mean like white gloves. I'm not sure. Maureen, I see your badge. Come on over and subscribe. Yes. And then he's going to, so that's Friday, a Northern debutante. Well, yes, so there are debutantes. Like they have a Washington, D.C. debutante ball. The New York debutante ball was last week. Lots of debutante balls. Debutantes. The best thing about being a debutante is that I could have a blog and put it in my blog name. So awesome. It might be the most useful thing about my PhD, too. No, I use that PhD. It's in educational research. Somebody said they matched my SAT score. You know, no one should be embarrassed that they didn't break 1,000 on the SAT. I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with nothing about nothing. And that's the thing about George Santos. I don't care that he didn't graduate from college. He could have been a great congressman. I don't care that you didn't break 1,000 on the SAT. You can go and get a full, a lot of life has to do with how hard you work, not those little minutia details. But lying, like why lie about anything? Will your daughter be a debutante? I assume she will if she agrees to it. Lord help us all. That's a real question mark. Was your mom a debutante? No, my mom was not a debutante. My mom was from Wapakoneta, Ohio, and they ain't want any debutantes up there. No. How does one get invited to a debutante ball or to be a debutante? It really has to do with your Santos a debutante. He could have been. It has to do with, it's kind of like your family being welcomed into society. And so my dad had a business and did well in our small town in North Carolina and did a lot for the community. So I got asked because of him, not because of anything of my own right. In fact, now they're probably like, oh, why did we ask her? It was so bad. Yeah. I barely broke a 650 on the SAT. Well, I mean, I'm like flat a test taker compared to you, Kim. Software issue at Southwest. You know, Southwest, let's just think a minute about dog toys and the airlines. How do airlines get money from the federal government? Like, who has a business that the federal government constantly gives money to? Why would you not want to have a business? That might explain this new airline called Avelo that I've just signed up for some tickets. I mean, I might start an airline and call it Debutante Express. I dated a guy who was a debutante. What? Ain't no man a debutante. Maureen identified. Maureen, if you send me your Venmo, I'll pay for you to have a free month of subscribership. I'm actually not a debutante. I just identify as a debutante, kind of like George Santos. He said he wasn't actually Jewish. He was Jew-ish. No one has to be a debutante or a PhD to have a respected blog. Bingo, that's right. But you do have to have a PhD and be a debutante to have the name of my blog, Tales of an Educated Debutante. Why would you want your daughter to be a debutante? Well, I don't know. Maybe just because it's tradition in our family. My husband's grandfather was one of 9 people that started the debutantes in North Carolina. So that's kind of special. And in all seriousness, this is important. I lost my only brother to cancer, and this is not like to give you this sob story, but when I was 15 and he was 19, the summer before he had gotten sick, so he had this lung tumor, and went to Duke, and they were like, it's benign, it's just a tumor, it's the size of a softball in your left lung, and we're going to take it out, and you're going to be fine. And that was that. We took it out. Not we, but Duke took it out. He was asked to be a marshal. So debutantes who are being presented to society they ask an escort. So they might have their dad, and then they have another boy, and it could be a friend, it could be a boyfriend, it could be a cousin, whatever, maybe a brother. So he was asked to be a marshal for this girl he was dating. And my parents, so he'd been super sick, he was all better. My parents and Adam had the best time. They went to the debutante ball. They went and got him new clothes. And really, some of the best pictures we have of my brother were from that debutante ball in debutante weekend. And, 38 years later, I am so thankful to have those pictures of him all dressed up in a tuxedo. I mean, it's just like you got to see a glimpse into his future, And he gets sick pretty soon after again, and we realize, this is not, he has brain tumors. He dies the following July, and time goes on, and it's pretty sad in our house, one child left behind, older brother, everybody loves a son, right? And I go to college, and my mother calls me, and I remember where I was in my car. Like, I was at a stop sign, I was heading to Central Cafe, this great restaurant in Rocky Mount, like a hamburger place. And I remember exactly where I was, sitting at the stop sign, talking to my mother on a bag phone. And she said, a letter came today. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? She was like, you were asked to be a debutante. And I was like, ugh. And she said, and my mother is not one to ever pressure you. I mean, she is the consummate, gracious Southern woman from being Ohio. I mean, but she is such a epitome of, to me, what a just amazing woman should be. She said, your dad is so excited. And in that moment, I knew even if I had some like thing about I didn't want to be any debutante, I was going to be a debutante because it was a nod to my dad, right? And he did a lot for the Boys and Girls Club and all sorts of things. And he had moved from Ohio with a wife and a 5-month-old baby in a 4 by 6 foot trailer. And as my mom likes to say, it wasn't full. Start calling me George Santos. But like, see, George Santos could have told these stories. Like, you don't have to make up shit. You can just be honest. Which is why I'm honest, because honesty is always the best. And your honesty might be, like me, you grew up upper middle class. Would it sound more impressive to say you grew up super poor in Philly? Maybe. But if it's not true, you don't need to ever be embarrassed, or just tell it like it is. I think we could really get away from people falsifying their backgrounds. We just don't need to, you know? Education is important there, and it's a very Jewish area. You know, Sharon, I don't think he would have won, but that doesn't mean he couldn't have been a successful individual. You know, anyway. But, so I was a debutante, and I will say my dad and I, it was really a wonderful part of our relationship. It's a big father-daughter thing. We had the best time together. It was so fun. And it was just a really wonderful memory for the Rocky Mount Duck Party. Dylan Fence. So Greg Humphreys was the drummer of Dylan Fence. His mother was my art teacher. Anyway, and is the debutante, is it exclusive? Yes. Is it perfect? Probably not. But is anything? Are debutantes today diverse? Well, I know that there are Jewish debutantes, and there are also Jewish people who, my dad's business partner is Jewish. My very best childhood friend growing up was Jewish. But my dad's business partner was like, I ain't being any debutante, you know? Yes, you can subscribe and get the full $5. 2 months after the dead ball. Yeah. So, you know, don't always throw out the baby with the bathwater, you know? And I think when I started this blog and said, yeah, it's going to be Tales of an Educated Debutante, and my husband was like, oh, that is a horrible name. And yeah, there are black debutantes I liked the name because I knew it would appeal to people that maybe I was trying to reach, right? And it sounds so surface, an educated debutante, right? Like, it sounds like, what in the hell is she going to have to say that I want to hear? And I know I miss a lot of people. I mean, I've had people say to me, I like what you write, but I don't feel like I can share it because of your title. Well, I want to encourage people to get past a title. Get past it and get to know somebody. Don't judge a book by its covers. So it's worth it to me to lose people with the blog name. You know? So, anyway. Your name is what got my attention. Curiosity. Yeah, I mean, you're like, what the hell she have to say? Nothing. She ain't got nothing to say. No, I'm just like a regular person. Oh, there's my Michael. I don't know how we're related. My past sister-in-law's brother. Always good to see and listen to you. Happy New Year. How many airplanes do you need? So Michael is Airplane King. Michael, why don't you come in and join me live, and you and I can talk about what's happening with the airline industry. This will make Michael run away from my blog. Because Michael, don't you fix huge airplanes? Isn't that right? So everybody is asking, if you're new to here, are you like, Who is Big Tanda? So I got a stocking for my husband and I for Christmas, and I wanted it. I thought I would get us a stocking to share, because that would mean that I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 on the fireplace, which I thought would look better. My husband hates your title. Good. And I thought, I'm going to get a stocking and I'm going to get it monogrammed, and it's going to say Big T and A. T for Thomas, A for Adrian. What year did you dub? 90. Somebody's going to go look this up and see if I'm a liar. 1994.
How to use this?
Yeah. So it was going to say Big T and A, and it had some spaces. Well, Garnet Hill, who never responded to me, they send the thing back and it says Big Tanda on it. Well, then somebody said Big T and A stands for tits and ass. It's like, oh my gosh, I never would have done that if I'd known that. I started following you when you were walking around New York City barefoot. You know, I am barefoot quite often. People have a real problem with being barefoot. I mean, they think you're going to like get a heroin overdose by being barefoot. The airport in North Carolina, Charlotte was... So whenever we go to the airport, I always think to myself, I need to get that TSA pre-check. We don't have it though. Quiet. Yes, quiet. But look who is so good at the airport. Yes, she is so good at the airport. Yes, she is. You sit down in your pajamas and drink coffee. Sharon, you should become a subscriber. You would really like it. I missed out on sorority life. I know. Well, I did too. I went to an all-women's college, and they won't any sororities. I thought the name was kind of a thumbing your nose in a way at titles, though titles are true, not important. Well, I don't know. That might be too critical thinking for me. I think more that debutantes, like somebody one time said to me, in all seriousness, you give debutantes a bad name. And I was like, yes, I've succeeded. Honor, honey, why are you crying? Because that's good, right? Like, debutantes should be keeping it all together, not talking about anything, not doing nothing about nothing, and pretending everything is fine, like Scarlett O'Hara. And here I am like, I'm dying. You know, and that's okay. I started following you before you quit smoking. Oh gosh, I miss smoking. Diabetics can't go barefoot. Oh. Well. My granddaughter was diagnosed autistic at age 12. Wow, that is kind of late. You got hookworms. Oh, well, that's nice. Hookworms. Oh, quiet. 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 Here. I get more freaking text messages. Tonight, is it tonight or tomorrow night? I think it's tomorrow night. I'm going to be over on Kate Swinson. So she has a blog called Finding Cooper's Voice. I think it's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with Carrie Cariello. And we have done every week, the three of us have done a video together on our subscriber pages. And that's really fun. I think it's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So if you're a subscriber, you get to kind of chime into a conversation with us. We're going to be talking about autism and siblinghood. Oh. I think you show that debutantes don't necessarily have a perfect life. No. And does anybody have a perfect life? I mean, does anybody? You know? They just don't. Let's bring it down. You have got to stop it. Come here. I am serious. No. Then you're going inside. If you cannot quit parking, you're going to have to go inside. Come on. You go in. My gosh, she's not used to this urban living with like trash trucks banging around. Forever Boy is a wonderful book. Yes, it is. Honor wants her water bowl. Well, you know, you're right. She does love to slurp up water while I'm doing a video. Today's plan is to go to the beach tonight at 9. Thank you, Amy. Amy knows. Tonight at 9 p.m. on Kate Swenson's subscriber page, we will be talking. Subscribe, you will never regret. So I've been offering this special deal that if you subscribe, it's $5 a month, which I realize for some people is a lot. And you pay your $5 and you say to me, I didn't like it. I did it for a month. You suck. I will send you your $5 back. So you have nothing to lose. It's like QVC for blogs. Need to subscribe but busy. Yes, you can watch them later. My husband said, you must be watching The Debutante Lady. Somebody asked yesterday, they were like, how does your family feel about your blog? I was like, we're going to have to get my husband on to talk about that. They're like, I generally, like on vacation, obviously, I'm on, well, not vacation, I'm on a trip. I'm spending time with my family and kids. And at home, they're all at school, so I can kind of have a pretty flexible working schedule. We have our caregivers, so I can plan videos at night. It's a little bit harder here. My husband has a super stressful job that is not flexible. He's an attorney and owns his own law practice. So when we're down on not vacation, it's a vacation for him and a trip for me. That really helps me have a better attitude, because yesterday I was in a dark place where I was like, I'm going to kill these people. I've been in charge of Amos for 3 days. But then I remember, like, this is not a vacation. This is a trip. And honestly, just that little mindset makes such a difference, you know? I love that, Sarah Bonner. I subscribe, but not sure how exactly is paid. iTunes? Do you have Venmo? Yes, I do have Venmo, but you can't pay me. You have to pay through Facebook. I'm a new subscriber. Yay! And I love that your name is Steak Diane Elizabeth. That, like, is the best thing I've ever heard. So you go to a link. Kathy, put the link in. I don't know. I can't. That would make too much sense if I had the link in. I was trying to see if my cousin Michael had come in here. No, you can subscribe anytime. What's Adrian up to today? You know, it is a very weird career existence. It really is strange, but it is great for me. I mean, where else could I have 4 kids that I am juggling. I don't know how people work full time from somewhere. I mean, every 8 seconds somebody is sick. I mean, I don't know how I could ever go to a job. I would be fired immediately. You know? WASP private school, very diverse. Oh. You go to the link, and when you click on the link, you pay. And there's one link, like Apple Pay likes to take 30%, but if you click on the link, you get the whole thing. But if you leave this video and you go to my main page, it'll say become a subscriber. Tanya, I can't see your actual face, but I can see your name. Looks warmer here today. Oh, it's lovely. Oh my God, how does everybody know Steak Diane? Is Steak Diane like Alicia Keys and I don't know it? I mean, I'm sort of jealous. So go to my main page. Kathy, oh look, Kathy Maroney, one of my longtime subscribers, who also is amazing talent, has just put the link in. So my subscribers, I don't know how other subscriber things work, but we have a good time. And really, I started it during COVID, and it was like, oh my gosh, people were lonely. I mean, think of that Leslie Jordan. He like amassed 6 million followers on Instagram, and he would just lay on the couch and say, hello, my fellow hunker downers. I mean, that's awesome to me. I'm not as awesome as him. Yes, you can subscribe using a credit card. Yes, you can, Cindy. Trisha, I'm so glad you are. Steak Diane. I mean, look at all these Steak Dianes. Y'all need to follow Steak Diane and become a subscriber. This is amazing. Rita, that's funny. Hello from St. Petersburg. Is it cold there? Yesterday, Amos and I went to the playground. We went to the beach. He wanted to go to the beach. I was like, great. So we walked to the beach. That was good. And I realized when we got to the beach that he just wanted to get ice cream because they used to sell ice cream at the beach, but right now it wasn't open. So then we were going to walk home, and he didn't want to walk home. He said, where's Daddy? Well, then Daddy showed up and picked us up on the golf cart. And then we got the ice cream. And now, so Amos is really my 9-year-old with autism, who is probably the most. Is it better to subscribe from your phone and your laptop? I used to think your laptop, but I think as long as you use that link, it doesn't matter. Shit. Pamela's waiting on her tails bag. Okay, Pamela. Golly Moses. Remind me on Friday when I get home, or Monday, because the post office, is closed on Saturdays where I live. We all follow one funny mother, Dina Blizzard. Oh, Cheryl, South Carolina. I raised 4 children. Couldn't read the paper without a boy breaking his wrist. That's exactly right. I mean, you can't do anything around here. Right now, my daughter is she's sort of annoyed because my dad, husband, and 2 teenage sons are going to the Miami Heat game tonight. And she wants to go. She was like, I want to go to basketball. I said, do you know who's playing? No. Well, she wants to go and buy something. Disney. I would sooner have my pinky toe eaten off by an iguana than go to Disney the week after Christmas. I'm just not that nice of a mother. Yes, you can watch subscriber videos, not live. Your spirit is happier. It is? It's probably because I'm not having to talk to any of my children. I mean, seriously. Crandon Beach. Yes, we have Crandon Beach. And Billbag State Park. From Delray Beach. Oh, well, you're not too far. I think my in-laws have some good friends at Delray Beach. Oh my gosh, Amos is in here. Oh, but anyway, yesterday with Amos, we,
Algeria.
what you reading about?
Angola. Antigua and Barbuda.
Bermuda? Was this in that book, man?
No.
It wasn't.
Argentina. Australia.
He really likes countries. And I think this book had been hidden from him. Sometimes he...
Don't sit on it.
I'm not sitting on it. I was going to sit beside you.
No.
You're not very welcoming. Take Blair to the Breakers. I ain't taking anybody to the darn Breakers. We might sneak up to the Ritz and get in the hot tub. Sneaking up to the Ritz, though, you want to talk about something that is a real trigger for some people. Probably a trigger for the people that are paying. People that are paying. I'm not kidding you. $1,400 a night for a hotel room with 2 double beds. That's a real commitment. $1,400 a night? Are they crazy? And they all get at least 2 rooms because they have to bring their nannies down here. Yeah, it's a commitment. What we do is we go up to the beach club and we walk down to the Ritz and we look important. And we sit down on a chair and grab a towel and get in the pool. Do you ever take Amos to the movies? Yes, he likes the movies. He doesn't do as well with me. He's been with his class at school a few times. That's his couch. Hello. I know, and yesterday his brothers and sister got up and they were like, Amos won't let any of us sit on the couch. And I said to my husband, don't sit on the couch. He was like, I mean, that's problematic if no one can sit on the couch. It's like, don't be so dramatic. Then get him in here. Yesterday I took a nap and I said to Thomas, I'm staying at the Ritz before the cruise. Tammy, are you going to be at the Ritz in Key Biscayne or the Ritz in Miami? Holy cow, it's the best. I don't need to sneak over if you're there. Now I'll have a name and a room number. This is like the best thing I've ever heard. So the Ritz has a really nice pool. And you go over there and order off the children's menu. It's real good. But I told this yesterday, my son Thomas took some friends. Yeah, I told my subscribers this. My son Thomas took some friends from school in Russell over to the Ritz and made a rookie mistake. He asked for a towel, name and room number. It's like, you never ask for a towel. You take a towel from somebody else's chair at the Ritz. But taking Amos and a service dog to the Ritz, it's a little bit of a risk because 1, you don't blend in with the service dog. But then 2, the benefit is they might be scared to talk to you because they don't want to kick out a service dog and get bad publicity. So then they're going to be torn like, do we ask them about the service dog? And what if they write a mean post about us? Yeah. But Thomas's friends that were there, oh, hi, Spurky. Thomas's friends that were there are Chinese. And I was like, but, you know, always went to international schools and spent a lot of time in the United States. But I was like, oh my God, you fools, why didn't you all ask for the towel and then say you didn't speak English, start talking in Chinese? Like, God, that would have been smart. I'm like, I bet they went and told their mothers that I said that. And she was like, who is this awful mother of a friend of yours? Oh, Lindsay, you have an 8-year-old with autism. Well, you and I know each other. You click a link on my main page. So when you go back out of this video on Facebook, it'll say become a subscriber. Anyway, I thought that was sort of tickled myself. My dad and I, my mother is like horrified that we sneak up to the Ritz and get in the pool. I mean, she thinks it is tacky. And yeah, by my profile picture. And my dad always says to her, I've been kicked out of better places than this. I mean, ain't nobody gonna call the police on you up there. They don't have the time. Get off that couch. so glad, Deborah. You can also do it from your phone, Deborah. I think if you click on the link, it'll work fine. Have you heard of the Bright Line? Wait, is the Bright Line the fast train down here, Christine? I think my parents took it to Palm Beach. I ain't talking about any train with Amos. You know, I spent Monday on the metro and the bus with Amos. How do you sneak in? Well, we belong to this beach club, and they have chairs and umbrellas and like a snack bar, and you can walk down the beach and go into the Ritz. But Christmas and Easter, they're sort of on to interlopers. Yes, I'll get the full $5, Deborah. My dad is retired, and DB stands for his name, Dennis Blair. So Winelda has this thing called Winelda Diaries. And you're going to be able to take the train to Orlando? Okay, well then I might go to Disney if there's a train to Orlando. Wait, Brightline goes to Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach. Shit, we could take that up to the airport with our $500 pieces of luggage. Winelda is one of the funniest people on the planet. And she's moving to California. I mean, y'all, I like being a vlogger and I love a video. But I think if Kelly Clarkson said to me, I want you to move to California and have a show, I would have to say no. Maybe it's easy for me to say that because it's not happening, but seriously. I mean, California? What even happens in California? The last time I went to California, I was working and I was in Los Angeles gathering data for a research study. And I had to go meet with people in the Los Angeles Unified School District. And I had gotten this hotel and legit was under the highway. Where did you hear she was moving? Well, I'm friends with her on Facebook and she was talking about it. Seriously. And well, I'm sure she's keeping her house in West Virginia. I mean, if you're going out for a show in California, you don't have to sell your house. But these people are like, what? Oh. She's funny. She's funnier than me. She's from West Virginia. Yeah, she's getting a show with Kelly Clarkson. That's all I know. We moved from California to Florida. We are a mess in California. California is like such a enigma. I mean, people from California, like the rest of the country, kind of considers California like another country. Like you hear somebody say, they're from California, and they always whisper it. And when you whisper something, which is a real Southern thing to do, like, she's gay, it's like, I'm not being judgmental, but I'm gonna whisper it. My mother's always whispering things, though I can't remember now about what. Look, Amanda's an expert. Yeah, ain't nobody moving. It's great, though. One person I would like to get to know, yeah, she's on Facebook, Winelda Diaries, is Mr. Beast. Do y'all know Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast is from Greenville, North Carolina. He's in like his mid-20s. He has the biggest following on YouTube of anyone on planet Earth. Did you hear what I said? He has 50 million subscribers and he lives an hour from me. But he is impossible to get a hold of. You can go volunteer for him, which people like me are always trying to do to like get in good, but you have to sign like 800 pages of non-disclosures. Well, that's no fun. I just want to meet Mr. Beast. Maybe I could get Amos to wear a Mr. Beast sweatshirt. Use Amos as like a decoy to pull him in. And you know what he does? He gives shit away, which is genius. And I will say, as soon as I give anything away, like a robe or some silly necklace, I get like hundreds of followers when I'm like, I'm going to send you one. So if you're like, I'm giving away $100, subscribe. People are like, yes, I'm going to subscribe. It's the damnedest thing. Like, I have 1.2 thousand people watching right now. What if everybody subscribed? I would get another 1,000 subscribers in like 3 minutes. I mean, it's impressive. That's what they do with him. They just keep subscribing. Like, he did a video where he had a swimming pool filled with cash. Cash. Mr. Beast. Yes, oh, he does amazing things. Yeah, he's not like, he ain't doing nothing bad. Oh, there's Mary. Mary, are you missing us? Mary helps with Amos, obviously, a lot. Michael loves Mr. Beast. Well, Mr. Beast is, my children, I think we had 2 Mr. Beast sweatshirts at our house for a while. He has like the Mr. Beast burger that you can go get at random restaurants. He's popular. Yeah, he does a ton for the community. He makes like $50 million a month. $50 million a month. Like, if I made $50 million a month, I wouldn't complain about paying taxes. Even if you had to give half to the government, you still have $25 million left. What in the hell? Where is the missing North Carolina girl? So, Christine, you are talking about the little girl whose parents didn't report her missing for maybe 3 weeks. Is her name Madeline? And yes, her parents know where she is. I have talked about it a little bit on my subscriber page, but I haven't shared it because I do share when people are missing and we're looking for someone, but I don't think it's sharing her story is going to get her found. I think if I had to guess, the stepfather murdered her. Yeah, you subscribe. I subscribed just so you would wear a coonskin cap on the plane. I did say if I had 50 new subscribers, I would wear my coonskin cap on the plane. I didn't get 50. I only got 30. It's true. Mary just said Mr. Beast has chocolate bars at Walmart. How does he do it all? What is Mr. Beast's real name? Mary, do you know? I don't know. Who needs a real name when you're Mr. Beast? She says he's a billionaire. He probably is a billionaire. He's on YouTube. Mr. Beast. B-E-A-S-T. Beast. Count me for the coonskin. Does he have a Mrs. Beast? No, I don't think he's married to anybody. You've never heard of Mr. Beast? He gets money from sponsors to do things, but he isn't poor. Didn't he? Oh, it's Jimmy. Didn't he Mary, didn't he make the world's largest pizza? He is super, I will tell you, you'll get pulled in. I remember little Thomas one time won $60. He was down here and he was like, I'm watching Mr. Beast. And it was like, every 5th commenter is going to get increments of $20. Well, of course the kids are like, meow, watching, and he's making $1 zillion off ads. Thomas won $60. Though I don't think he got it because I made him come eat dinner and he didn't get to fill out his address or something. Janie met Mr. Beast at Parker's Barbecue in Greenville. Jimmy Donaldson. What an ordinary name. Jimmy Donaldson. That's a fantastic. Oh God, Amos is in there trying to figure out what he's going to have for breakfast. My mother is usually up making blueberry muffins, but they've gone to the doctor. This is the world's smallest kitchen. See? You can actually touch the wall and the other wall if you move 1 foot. What you doing? These people sleep around here like they're hibernating. Well, y'all have all sat around for an hour doing nothing but shooting the SHIT with me. His mom was an officer in the military. Oh. I'm digging out my laptop to subscribe instead of for my phone. Yay, Corey. Well, I'm going to go make myself a Bloody Mary because that's my tradition this week. I'm having one every morning, just with a teensy bit of vodka. Just sort of gets my day going right now. You shouldn't do that. Talkie. Subscribers, see you in a secundo. Carry on, people. Don't go. Carolyn, I'll be over on the subscriber page in a minute. Don't get your panties in a wad. You have mopped and changed sheets. I'm glad other people are getting shit done. I'm just sitting around here making people Fruit Loops, drinking instant coffee. Goodbye.